just big question coming in yesterday was how much experience would matter in a series like this. How did you like how your young guys especially came out and solidified a win for you guys?
Yeah, you're always concerned about reading the room, watching what's going on, making sure the youngsters that have never played a playoff game, several of who are rookies and are just kind of cycling through their first go-around at the big league level, period. You always have small concerns. I mean, we had several step up today in a really, really big way. I don't think Brandon Pfaadt particularly threw his best game today, but when he needed to make some pitches and get a big out or two, he did. I thought wiggling out of his situation in the first inning showed that he was ready. He's ready to go. Just made a 0-2 mistake, and that was really a big blow to his outing. But overall, I felt like the youngsters were ready, and I couldn't be more proud of this group for what they did, falling behind 3-0 in a away ballpark in a playoff scenario. They fought all night long, and that was the entire team as well.
Torey, could you talk just about Longo and his defense and the decision to put him in, and he paid off in a big way tonight?
Yeah, I talked about his steadiness, his demeanor, his experience, and I have a good feeling when I look out there and he's standing at third base or he's up at the plate. So I can only imagine what some of his younger teammates or all of his teammates were feeling. So he ends up getting a big base hit, making some unbelievable defensive plays, and really saved us in a couple of key situations. Obviously, the double play was a huge play that got us out of that fourth I think it was a fifth inning. But equally important was the base hit potential double that he took away, or the double that he took away that turned into a double play. So he was ready, and it's just a very calm veteran presence that we all needed. And I think we built off of him.
Torey, it was obviously early, but it seemed like that home run by Corbin just kind of changed the whole mood. What did you feel when that ball went out, and was the vibe different in the dugout after that?
I would agree with you. Yeah, I think at that point we all exhaled, and I think we collectively got our feet underneath us and felt very good about the direction in which we were going. We felt like if we can compete and keep the game where it was at 3-2 with Corbin, that we would Corbin Burns. I'm sorry. That we would stay with the striking distance. We felt very good about that. And then literally 7 seconds later, the score is tied, and then 1 inning later, we're ahead. So it was a huge lift. I think it motivated us. We were obviously motivated, but we were a little bit staggered by falling down 3-0. But that stabilized. It's a huge hit.
Torey, Corbin Burns talked about you guys working some deep counts and some at-bats the second time through. Is that kind of, you've talked a lot about wanting to see mature at-bats from your guys. Is that kind of what you saw today?
For sure. We know that when we had success against them here, we got into some deep counts, took some pitches, borderline pitches, made them work a little bit harder. I think there was even an open comment that I may have read that he was going to make some adjustments, or he did make some – we made some adjustments on him because – he shut us down at Chase Field. I'm getting that right, I think. But we just felt like what drove us the last time, we needed to be stubborn in the zone, look for the pitch that we wanted to strike, and it worked out really, really well. You get a pitcher like Corbin Burns out of the game in the fifth inning, you're doing a lot right. You get a pitcher like Corbin Burns off the mound in the fifth inning, and he's not winning, you've done a lot right. So I felt like we did have a really good game plan today.
I know you wanted more out of Pfaadt there, but talk about take us through navigating 6 1/3 from your bullpen tonight.
Yeah, I would have, if I had a chance to speak openly to start this process here, I would have spoke about our bullpen. I would have, obviously there's several highlights. Christian Walker's double to extend the lead, the home runs, but our bullpen was the reason why we won this game. And I wish we got more out of Brandon Pfaadt. I just felt like once he got to a certain point, we had a gassed up bullpen, knowing that Zach is going tomorrow with Merrill on the backside of that, that we we could maneuver a little bit to keep this game close. And, you know, it was one after the other. This came in and executed and did a really good job. I know Ryan Nelson, we fell one inning short and Kevin Ginkel picked him up. That's why it was a team effort. But Ryan Nelson, I wanted to get him through that inning, maybe extend him into that next inning as well. Didn't work out, but that's what we have a team for, and they all pick one another up.
Torey, entering the playoffs, hitting was a little bit of a struggle for this team, or consistency, I should say. What was different tonight compared to the final stretch of the season, just to really kick it into high gear and make a lot of good contact?
I think the guys re-engaged and they understood that this is a three game chess match. You know, you just got to beat your competitive best and get stubborn to the zone. And we felt like we had a good game plan against Corbin Burns the time we beat him here, and I think we reverted back to that. I know that we were trying to check off of his curveball. That was part of the game plan. He wasn't landing that as of late in several of his outings. So I think we just had a game plan and we're stubborn to it. And it's just a different vibe right now. Our guys know that the stakes have increased, and they're excited about going out there and getting the job done. And I think the offense took it personal that they didn't have a really good 4 or 5 game stretch there to finish the season. That's my gut feel. I think they were ready for this challenge.
Torey, you just beat their best. You've got your 2 guys lined up. How do you feel about where you sit at the moment?
I mean, you win game 1, it feels good, but we got to do it right and take nothing for granted and stay humble and come here tomorrow and play our finest game and try and close them out. And they're going to come with everything they have, that's for sure. But I feel much better than I would be feeling if we lost this game. I know that, but you know, we beat their ace. They're going to try to beat ours tomorrow. So we'll be ready to go.
Torey, at various points in their careers, I think both Gabby Moreno and Corbin Carroll maybe had their power abilities doubted a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin maybe because of his size, Gabby more because of his approach.
Mm-hmm.
The homers that they hit today, Corbin's almost 450 feet, Gabby, the longest of his career, about 425.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say just about the ability that those guys have to hit for power?
Well, my personal feeling is, having spent 10, 11 years in player development, we talked about having a good approach, learning how to be a good hitter, and letting the power come last. Of course, there are young players that are targeted as power hitters, but I still think they were growing into their bodies and their strength, and they just were trying to figure out what type of hitter player they were going to be. We always knew that Corbin had great power potential. He had tremendous bat speed, great bat-to-ball skill. And you know, we felt like that was going to come in time. Gabby, we're still learning a lot about, and we learned a lot about over the course of his 400 at bats this year. I love the approach, and that's part of the reason why he's hitting 5th. He's a very stubborn at bat. He's a tough at bat, but he can hit a ball out of the ballpark at any time. One that stands out to me was a right center approach in Toronto. I think he had a solo home run in the opposite field. You got to do a lot right to do that. So he's got some pop. He's got enough pop, and he's in a really good spot offensively every single pitch.
What happened with Jake in pregame that led to him getting removed?
Yeah, so there was a move late in the afternoon here. I think it was his first round of BP. He talked about taking a swing and feeling something grab him back here. So he's got an oblique strain. I don't have a lot of information about what number it is. I just know that it was serious enough that we maneuvered and put Jace Peterson on the roster in his place. So Jake is officially out of this series, and I'll get a diagnosis for you in the coming day.
Last one's for Torey.
Thanks, guys. Yep.
For Corbin, I was just wondering, you're down 3 runs early against Corbin Burns. Just what was the attitude, approach like there in the dugout, facing that 3-run deficit? 'Cause y'all came back really early, and I was wondering if the success y'all had against Corbin this season, if that kind of played into your confidence at all.
I don't think our game plan changed much. He's a really good pitcher. We wanted to get him out of there. I thought we took real patient at bats and got rewarded with that patience by getting some balls in the middle of the plate that we were able to put some good swings on.
Corbin, you've done a lot of incredible things as a rookie this year, but where does hitting a home run and your postseason debut rank on that list?
I mean, pretty high. I think we've all felt it and all said it, and then just bought into the fact that like this is why we do it, right? Like this is why we play this game, and to be able to come through for the team in a game like this, just it's an incredible feeling.
Corbin, what were you looking for in that at bat?
Not specifically the changeup. It was more of a reaction to a pitch I saw well and was towards the middle of the plate. But I think with him, you've got to honor all three. He's proven to me over the course of, I think this is our 5th time facing him, that he'll throw all three and has pretty good command over all three.
You just got a good look at it and recognized it.
Yeah.
And then I mean, down 3-0 against Corbin Burns. What did that home run you think do to the dugout?
Yeah, that was the spark. It just kind of let everybody know, like, hey, we're in this. The confidence to see somebody, turn around a good pitch. It's like, hey, stay locked in. He's going to make mistakes. But yeah, that was the spark. It kind of took the edge off. We've had some good, some good success off of him this year, but every situation is different. Every start is different. So to swing at the bat 2 runs, all of a sudden it's a 1-run game. Changes everything.
To also put up some insurance against their closer, I guess what was the approach going up against Devin Williams, and what did you see on the pitch that you were able to hit?
Yeah, he's really good at throwing pitches. Just like living on the edges. He's got that heater at the top. Threw me a couple good fastballs just up above. For whatever reason, I was able to take him tonight. Obviously the changeup is his bread and butter, but I think it starts with getting him in the zone. If you can start the at bats, with 1 or 2 balls, I think, maybe hopefully there's a little less conviction in like the nasty changeup, and you're playing the mistake game at that point. But yeah, insurance runs late are crucial. Our guys on the back end are great. We got a lot of confidence in them, but the more pad we can give them, the better.
Christian or Corbin, you guys beat their best tonight, and you guys have your best 2 coming in the next 2 games. How do you guys feel about the position that you're in right now?
Yeah, it's every day is its own thing. I think matchups and things like that over the course of a season, playing the long game, I think they matter. I think the energy is so specific right now to selling out to winning games and just passing the baton, and all the baseball cliches to keep the team in it and lean on each other. It matters to some level, but every day is its own thing, and it's not like we're feeling like overconfident or the other end of that spectrum. It's just tomorrow is the same as today. We're going to show up, we're going to prepare, we're going to work hard, and we're going to do our best to execute.
Christian, just curious for you, at what point at Corbin's size did it occur to you that not only can you hit a home run in a number of them, but hit a ball 450 feet or so like you did tonight?
When I saw his force plate production in the lab at spring training, his ground force is incredible. It was different. It's no secret what kind of player he is and the tools that he possesses. I'm very impressed with the ability to go out and execute, not try to do too much. It's the most consistent form of just playing his game. Truly an anchor to this offense.
2 up top.
For either of you gentlemen, it's funny, Evan Longoria spoke before the game saying playoffs are all about executing in big moments, showing up and making those plays when they matter most. You guys did that tonight. Just how crucial was that, whether it was Longoria or either of you making those plays when they mattered most and showing up in the big moments?
Yeah, I mean, there were a number of game-changing plays today offensively, and on the defensive side of the ball, 1 or 2 of those doesn't go our way, and we're looking at a different game. So I think it's just a testament to everyone being 100% locked in. Having a unselfish offense of just like Walk said, keeping the baton moving, and just it added up to some really cool things tonight.
Take two last ones, one on the end and then one here in the middle.
Christian, what was your vantage point on Longo's catch that started the double play? What did you think of that play?
Incredible. The guy just continues to rise to the occasion when we need him. Not only is he an excellent veteran presence, but when the moment calls for it, he's amazing. He comes through for us, whether it's at the plate or in the field. Without that play, without the head on the swivel on the chopper across the middle to catch the runner on the back end at second, I think it was Yelich. Without both of those, like Corbin said, it's a different box score, it's a different game. That's a huge part of why we won tonight because of Longoria for sure.
What can you talk about your bullpen tonight too? Gate swinging open, they came in and they just did their thing tonight.
Yeah, super impressed with everybody. For me, the Ginkel's performance stands out. To come in and give two zeros like that in a crucial part of the game. We know we got Paulie on the back end. It was cool to see him stretch himself over two, but then also put the team on his back and get to throw up some zeros when we needed it. At that point, it was a one-run game. That close of a game feels like it's still up for grabs. So, to be able to, the zeros are great, but also, the momentum that gets stopped when there's two consecutive times that they're batting and there's nothing, right? There's nobody on base. There's barely a ball put in play. As an offense, that's frustrating. And, he really put us on his back there today.
Yeah, those innings, stand out to me too. And then you can talk about the ones where, there was a little bit more traffic, and I think just the resilience that each guy showed, and the way that sort of the game was pieced together from a managerial perspective, it was all incredibly impressive.
All right, thanks guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Appreciate it.